Welcome back, everybody. Wednesday morning show rolls on. Our thanks to Drew Trafton joining us. Always good football chat there. Valley City's Trey McPartland coming up here in about 20 minutes about his commitment to play at North Dakota State. One of the highly talented players we've seen over the last handful of years is also going to get a shot in the NFL. And one of the guys, frankly, that I had been asked about heading into the weekend was what was going to happen with Bo. Is Bo going to get a shot? Meaning Bo Belquist, obviously UND's all-time receiving leader in football history. And he ended up yesterday signing to get an invite to go to 49ers rookie minicamp in a couple weeks. And he came down to Fargo. He participated in NDSU's Pro Day, then went back to Grand Forks later to do some more drills. You'll hear in just a second here. We chatted about 40 minutes before the show got going this morning on the value of that. And you're also going to hear the trepidation that goes, we see the exciting part for guys that get drafted, but also the anguish as well when the name isn't called and waiting for the phone to ring. Bo gets into that here in this interview. So without further ado, here is my conversation with UND standout Bo Belquist on getting an invite to 49ers rookie camp.
It was a day after the draft. I wasn't hearing much from my agent, and he said he wasn't hearing much from teams. And then later that day, he called me and said 49ers reached out to him and wanted me to go to their mini camp. And he said, he hasn't heard much from anybody else, so we should probably, go ahead and just take this. And so we ended up doing that, and then the other day I got 2 other invites, but they were unfortunately on the same weekend. So kind of sucks, but at the same time, it's it's a good thing that I even got one, and I'm happy with that. So yeah.
The fact that you're going to get a chance, Bo, tell me about that. You got your foot in the door, and then just describe that feeling of knowing, all right, that I've got an opportunity at least to get out on the field.
Yeah, I mean that's all I wanted, from the beginning was have one team give me a chance, and it's kind of back to square one now, trying to, prove everybody wrong, and it brings me back to, when I came to UND. I didn't come in on a full scholarship or anything, kind of had to work for everything and prove everyone wrong, and it just feels like it's one of those moments again. So I'm excited.
I was going to ask, do you feel like this is like a carbon copy of what you've done, that you can go back to that mindset of, all right, I'm back at ground zero again?
Yeah. Yeah, it almost feels like, back to day one and fresh start. So I'm excited to get down there and just, kind of take it in and just get one under my belt, and, hopefully there's some more opportunities down the line.
Describe when you got a chance, I know, to come down here for Pro Day. How much did that get you on more of a radar as well? The fact you were catching passes from Cam, did you feel like that helped in the long run?
Yeah, I think it was good to get some exposure down there. They had pretty much every scout from the NFL there. So I think that was a good opportunity for me to go out there and get in front of some more eyes. So I think it definitely helped, and I don't think it hurt in any way. So
when in your mind was professional football like, I want to give it a shot? Like, or when did it say, like, in your mind, I think I could do this? When is there an exact moment you remember like that?
no, I think for me it's just, you went all this way, you put in all this time, throughout college and high school, and I'm at the point in my life where it's like you might as well try it. I don't want to, stop and regret it later in my life and say, well, I had a chance. So I think for me, it's just you might as well give it a chance and, go out there for a year or two and just, put your name out there and try to make a team. And even if you're on a practice squad for, a couple months, you can still say you've been there and did that. And, it'd be a cool thing to share in your life. So.
What do you feel like you can bring to the 49ers or to an NFL team? You get out there and look, tell me what you say. I can do this. I can help your team by doing this.
Yeah. I think I'm, an all around, you can put me anywhere. Like I came into UND and I played special teams. I did, gunner. I can do kick return, punt return. I can figure out wherever you want to put me at, I can, figure it out. And I think I'm kind of that gadget person, I can play this, play that. So yeah, I think I have more than just a receiver in me. I can, play special teams and help the team out in other ways.
You're the next man in a long list of nine-man guys that are trying to make it. Just describe that of seeing the lineage of North Dakota nine-man guys making it in Division I football, now trying making the pros, and you're trying to do that. What's that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, coming out of nine man, it's hard to even, imagine yourself playing at the next level. Um, and then thinking about the pros is a whole nother step. But I think it's just part of the journey and doesn't really matter where you start. Um, good players come from six man, nine man, whatever it is. So I think it's just, part of the journey for me.
Describe telling your family that you got this opportunity. What was that conversation like?
Oh yeah, it was a special moment. They're just proud and supportive. Just excited, all the work. So um, they're ready for it and they're excited for some more opportunities to come.
What was this weekend like? Was it nerve-wracking? Was it frustrating? Was it a little bit of both? Just like literally waiting by the phone. Can you describe
Yeah,
what the experience was like?
yeah, it was a little bit of both. You know, throughout the year, I heard I could maybe slip into the late seventh round and maybe undrafted free agent to mini camp. So it was literally everything. So, you know, I was, yeah, I didn't know what to expect, kind of just sitting around waiting. And then once, yeah, I heard that he hasn't heard much from many other teams, I, obviously got a little nervous and, um, then yeah, I finally got a call, so it was grateful after that.
Well, what is Grand Forks and UND? What have they meant to you the last 5 years?
Oh, just everything from the coaches and the players that you meet along the way and the relationships you create. It's something special. It's like a brotherhood. It's a whole nother family to me. So it's just something special. You create all these relationships and hope that they last a lifetime and created some of the my best friends and so it's cool and it's cool to see some of the other guys here getting opportunities and um some of the guys got picked last night in the CFL, so super cool there and yeah, I can't wait to follow along with other guys' journeys and see where life takes them.
What's ahead now for the next week and a half? What are they giving you a playbook, or what do you got going between now and before you get out there?
They haven't given me anything and we just got the flight figured out and taking it day by day, I guess as of now, slowly just figuring things out, so we'll see.
How have you been staying in shape, like getting ready for pro day? And since then, what's? I know you're going for a workout this morning. Has that
Yeah.
been the normal routine every day?
Oh yeah, just back to normal, football stuff. So just finally getting back into, football workouts and not just, track type based workouts. So it's good to get back into, the flow of things for football wise and get back into the playbook a little bit. So just get back into that season mode has been kind of where I'm at.
You done running a 40 for the rest of your life, probably?
Yeah. Done thinking about that. So
Last thing for you, bud. Just what do you think? How big a deal it is for you? Like they're younger kids looking up to you that they have for the last couple of years, and now to have this shot. What's that mean to you that there's a younger crop of North Dakota football players? They want to be the next Bo Belquist.
yeah. No, I mean it was, my longtime dream to even be in this opportunity and be given this chance. So, like I said earlier, it's just part of your journey. It doesn't matter if you play 6-man, 9-man. The colleges will find the good players, and if you keep working hard and get your opportunities and make the most out of them, you can do the same thing, and you can have this same opportunity. So it just comes with a lot of hard work and dedication.
Thought that was the perfect way for him to wrap up that guy that was, you say, overlooked. I know there are probably still a faction of Bison fans saying, how in the world did that guy not play at North Dakota State? Knowing obviously his dad and his uncle were both Bison. Bo went on and had a dynamite. He's got a Hall of Fame career. We talk about who are going to be, Hall of Fame players anymore, especially in this level. Bo Belquist is going to be. He definitely will be. 271 catches, 3,305 yards, 30 touchdowns. It's all right over a 5-year career. It was this time 4 years ago, the weird spring year. We're doing the show, and Bo is playing as a true freshman and tearing it up for UND. That spring year that UND had where they won a share of the Missouri Valley Football Conference championship. Bo unfortunately got hurt before that year wrapped, but he put his name out there and then followed up with 4 more dominant years on the field. And now he's going to get a chance. He's a great athlete. We've seen that from his time in high school, going back to leading New Rockford Cheyenne way back when, 2019, to the Class B boys basketball tournament. He's had that ability to separate. And now he's got a chance. That's all you want. The 49ers rookie minicamp will run next week, May 8th and 9th. And we've seen guys earn invites to training camp, get signed out of rookie camp. You got to get in the door. That's the first part. You got to get there before anything else can happen. He's got an invite. We'll see what happens from that. And as he mentioned, it was a busy night for guys from UND and the CFL. Quincy Vaughn, former quarterback and tight end, got drafted last night as well by the Calgary Stampeders in the CFL. And Quincy was a big dude to try and bring down. When they end up moving him to that short yardage package, man, he was awfully good on that. We're overdue for a break. We'll get caught up here. We'll wrap up our first hour. Trey McPartland from Valley City coming up in hour 2. Back on a Wednesday morning edition of Hot Mike right after this.